Welcome back. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. Thanks for staying with me. I want to remind you, if you're on Facebook, go to My Care Movement and hit the like button. And let's just start spreading this message of care around the world because, you know, it's kind of what we're talking about today. If we can live a life that is rooted in a place of positive, kind, caring energy, just imagine what a day looks like. So the next time somebody cuts you off in traffic, think twice before you blast your horn and just go, okay, whatever, I'm not affected by this. So it's just little tiny things. It's like a pebble, you know, that goes out into the lake, and it just starts this ripple effect. So go do that. Go to My Care Movement, hit the like button. Carrie Tepedino is my guest today, and we're talking about health, wellness, and now we're going to talk about how we care for our pets. Because gosh, Carrie, they are our best friends. They hang out with us all the time, and we don't, I don't think we know what we're giving them nutritionally, and I'm very aware of this with my dog Sassy and my cat Gracie and Baxter. But let's talk about Diego. This has been a really emotional roller coaster ride for you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this up because I have learned so much about natural pet care in the past. I guess it's probably been about 4 or 5 months now. And I really feel strongly about sharing this information with other pet owners so that they don't have to have the same struggles, or at least it can help ease their pain. But my little buddy, he's like my son. He goes to work with me even. His name is Diego. He's a little border collie. I have videos on my website that are actually tracking our journey with canine lymphoma. And right now, he's in remission, which is
Yay!
awesome. Yay! He's in full remission, which we're really excited about. And I just think that there's this huge education gap around what we're feeding our pets, what's really in the food, hidden in the foods, and what we can really do. And I'm not saying that canine lymphoma always comes from nutrition, but I do believe that it can come from either environmental, genetics, or nutrition.
Well, I think it's pretty weird that more and more animals are getting cancer, that cancer is now what's affecting our pets.
Right.
You know, I think it's really interesting.
I do too, and I've done a lot of research on this. And I do believe that one thing we can do is we can control what goes into their little bodies, just like we can control what goes into our bodies. And a lot of that dry kibble food, we don't realize it, but a lot of it has fillers. It has a lot of different grains. It has a lot of wheat, a lot of corn, and they aren't meant to eat all of that.
Right.
And
just
so,
like cows.
Right.
They're not meant to eat corn either.
Yeah. So, interesting connection. So really what we can do is make sure that what we're providing them, because they're relying on us, provide them with the best nutrition that we can. There are some great brands out there. I know the Honest Kitchen is one. There's another one, Stella and someone else.
Stella and Chewy.
Stella and Chewy is a very good one, yes. But what we're doing, personally, what I'm doing now is I'm home cooking Diego's food, and I call it our secret doggy sauce. And
yeah, you have your secret sauce. What is it?
The recipe is on my website, but I'll tell you again. But if you miss it, you can go back to my website to the section that says natural pet care. But basically, about every 5 days, I make a big crock pot with 4 pounds of good organic meat, and I switch that from chicken to beef and or turkey to make sure that he's always getting what he needs. So I switch it weekly. And then we do a pound of sweet potatoes or yams, organic, and then I do 3 cups of greens, and really chopped finely, and that can be, spinach, kale, broccoli, beans, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. Anything in the cabbage family is very, very good because it helps detoxify the liver. And especially if they're going through chemo or radiation, then definitely using any of those from the cabbage family is great. And then putting I put a seaweed calcium powder in there.
Where do you get that?
I go to a holistic pet store. But I believe I saved the brand on my video. If I don't know it off the top of my head. If I don't, anybody listening to this, please email me, support@CarrieTepedino. I will answer all your pet care questions as much as I can, as well as I can, because I'm a big believer in this. Supplement-wise, make sure that your pets, make sure that your dogs, I'm just going to be speaking towards dogs, are getting their omega-3s. But even more so, I talked to some of the top oncologists and radiologists here in San Diego, and they told me N3 is actually an even better oil because it's an algae source versus a fish source.
N3?
N3. And there's a brand that you can get at your local CVS, so your local pharmacy. It's over the counter, but it's an algae source of oil, N3. And basically the reason that these professionals told me that is because they said some of the fish sources might have a lot of metals in them. Now, I don't believe all of them do. If you do a lot of your research and you find a brand that you really do trust, then I'm sure you're going to be great. You're going to be okay.
Wow, I wonder if my cat could eat N3. He is allergic to fish.
I'm sure it would be okay. You could try it, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's an individual, but I would say definitely try it. It's not expensive, over the counter at CVS. I know they have CVS up in LA, I believe.
Oh, yeah, we have CVS all over the place.
Okay, great. Yeah,
I got to find something to do with poor Baxter, who's allergic to fish and chews off his fur. I don't know. All right, stay with us. You're listening to the Cindy Laverty Show. I'll be right back with Carrie Tepedino.